Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Charmed moments.
Everything that happened, everything we want future generations to know so that we can pass it down, just like it was passed down to us.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most striking, emotional, and jaw-dropping moments in the history of the Charmed ones. Watch out for spoilers, and if we missed any of your favorite magical moments, let us know in the comments below. Number 20, Prue as an empath. When you're a magical, world-saving witch, feeling your own feelings is hard enough, but feeling everyone else's is one of the hardest things in the world.
It's not just you and Piper. I'm picking up things from other people's houses. They're these people, and they're in my head, and they're in my heart, and it just hurts.
When Prue accidentally gets saddled with the powers of an empath, she can suddenly feel everything that everyone around her is feeling. The sisters have to fight the demon who gave her the power, but Prue is overwhelmed and unable to be much help.
You're carrying a cross you were never meant to bear. I'm sorry.
Your sorrow, I can't take it, please.
But with a little help, she learns to control her powers of empathy and use them to make her own power stronger. It's an overly emotional episode if you look at it literally, and also a great learning moment for the sisters.
Prue, you got quite a power boost there. You're gonna miss it?
Yeah. But I did get to stop an unstoppable demon. Got a little taste of what my future powers are gonna be like. I'm on the right path.
Number 19, characters from movies come to life. We've all probably wished that the characters from the movies we love would come to life, but this episode of Charmed showed us that we definitely never want that to happen.
Okay, that didn't work, but my legs still do. Okay, let's go.
While chasing a demon, Prue and Phoebe accidentally chase him right into an old horror movie. The demon, it turns out, is the demon of illusion.
Silly Wiccan. Tricks are for kids.
Through his antics, characters from movies come to life. One of them is Billy, a crush that Phoebe had as a young girl. But most of them are not as romantic, including a murderous Axeman. Yeah, let's just leave the movies to the movies.
How does it feel to finally know someone you can't defeat?
I don't know, you tell me.
Number 18, your worst nightmare. In this episode of Charmed, the Charmed ones saw their worst nightmares come to life.
Who's the clown?
Who's the fox?
Good question.
There's not a ton of build-up to the nightmarish quality of this episode, the writers throwing you into the deep end immediately. What makes it so interesting is the way the different dreamscapes manifest for each character.
I know you're down here. You always are. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
We see plenty of absurdist moments, including a brief section where Leo is pregnant instead of Piper. But for all its comic beats, this episode really doubles down on the importance of dreams and how they help us embrace our humanity.
I just unmasked him. Or me, rather.
You? The killer was you?
Yeah. How narcissistic is that?
That's weird. I thought my clown was strange.
Number 17, the sisters save Melinda. Halloween is an important holiday for any witch worth her salt. The Charmed ones, however, take Halloween to the next level in this season 3 episode.
Wait! They don't know what's happening!
This isn't good, right?
During a party at P3, the sisters are whisked back to the time of the Salem witch trials. The sisters are tasked with helping a woman named Charlotte deliver a baby. An evil witch wishes to raise the child as her own, but none of the Charmed ones have anything to say about it.
There's something you don't see every day.
The girls end up saving the baby, who is revealed to be Melinda Warren, the beginning of the Hallowell line. It's a plot twist that's great fun, and delivers a little more insight into how the Charmed ones came to be.
Who knew? We didn't, but we should have. So much knowledge, so much power that we lost. But we'll get it back.
Number 16, Balthazor Is Vanquished. Cole is one of the more complex characters throughout the series run of Charmed.
It's just hard.
It's just me.
He's an evil demon, but also one of Phoebe's best love interests. But also evil, but also a good guy. It's definitely complicated. But this moment in season 4 of Charmed allowed things to be a little less complicated for a little while at least.
I had to take a walk, and I lost track of time, and I tried to shimmer back here, and I realized I didn't have my powers anymore.
But that's a good thing.
Cole briefly turns back into his Balthazor form to help the sisters fight a demon, but finds he has trouble changing back. When he's hit with a vanquishing potion, the magical device doesn't kill Cole, but does get rid of the demon for good. It's a triumphant moment for Phoebe and Cole, despite knowing what happens in the future.
I still don't know where that leaves us, especially now.
Well, just because you're not a demon anymore doesn't mean we can't live in sin.
Number 15, the time loop. There are many deaths throughout Charmed that broke our hearts in two. One of the earliest losses was that of Andy Trudeau, Prue's main love interest.
I hoped I'd end up here, but not so soon. One thing I do know, though, is that I'm staying. You're not.
I don't understand.
Late in the show's first season, the sisters are faced with a demon who is able to turn back time every time he loses to them. While they're stuck in this time loop of sorts, we're forced to watch Phoebe and Piper die in a violent manner. But during the last of the time loop's runs, it's Andy who dies at the demon's hand.
Man is placed upon the steps and a baby cries. High above you can hear the church bells start to ring.
During a conversation with Prue, Andy's ghost tells her the sisters can't rewind the clock this time. It's a terrible loss for everyone, but most of all for Prue.
Don't worry. You won't. I'll always be there for you, Prue.
Number 14, the witches visit Woodstock. There are a lot of great magical items in the Charmed One's possession, but magical go-go boots have to be one of the grooviest.
Phoebe, these are some boots.
No, they're not mine, but I wish they were, because they're hot.
When the sisters find an old pair of boots in the attic, Paige is the only one they fit. When she tries them on, she's instantly transported to 1967 and finds herself face to face with a younger, hipper version of Grams.
I've heard so much about you. Far out. Far out. You have no idea how far out.
It's a slightly more camp, lighthearted episode of Charmed, with great outfits and late 60s culture galore. Don't worry, there's still just as much evil to be vanquished in 1967 as there is in the present. It all just happens with a little more style.
Now that's what you call flower power. Not exactly ruthless, but a fine start.
Number 13, Piper on the bar. Everyone loves a good reference, and you can't get much better than Coyote Ugly.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I hope you're wrong, you know? Dashed.
There's a lot of fun to be had in this season 3 episode of Charmed, but the setup is actually quite dark. Tara, a life force looking to party, has taken over Piper's body, and the sisters must find a way to get her out without killing Piper completely.
You have 10 seconds to leave on your own.
Or what? What are you gonna do, hit me with another rhyming couplet?
Even with that cloud hanging over the episode, Tara is quite the spitfire. At Piper's high school reunion, Tara helps Piper stand up to a mean girl and makes Piper dance on top of a bar, Coyote Ugly style. Alas, Tara might be fun, but that doesn't mean she belongs in Piper's body for the rest of time.
Thank you for knowing the difference between my kisses and hers.
Number 12, Jeannie Phoebe. Don't you just hate when you're tricked into becoming a genie?
Hello, Master.
During a trip to vanquish a demon, Phoebe finds a literal genie in a bottle. Her 3 wishes, however, don't go as planned. When she uses her last wish to make the genie free, she ends up switching places with the genie and becoming trapped in the bottle herself.
I still can't believe you made a wish with a genie. You know better than that.
I thought she was an innocent. How was I to know that I was gonna unleash a demon?
It says so right here.
This little twist of fate ends up causing more than a few antics, especially with Phoebe's nephew Chris as the master of the bottle. But our favorite part about this whole situation is Phoebe's amazing outfit. Seriously, Alyssa Milano has never looked so good.
Would you look at me? I am trapped in pantaloons right now. Where is the mirror? Look.
And why do I always get stuck with the wig?
Number 11. Chris is Piper's son. If we're being honest, this might be the worst way to find out that the random guy from the future is actually your son.
It's a really good thing. It's not a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing, don't you think?
Although Paige and Phoebe know that Chris is Leo and Piper's son, they haven't told their sister yet. One day, Chris tells the duo that he must be conceived today or he will disappear. The only problem is, Leo and Piper aren't exactly on speaking terms, much less intimate ones.
We've been through a lot more than this.
Have we?
Are you kidding? Ever since we met, it's been one ordeal after the other.
Wow. You make it sound so romantic.
Luckily, a moment of peril brings the pair together again. Soon afterward, Leo leaves Piper alone again, and the sisters reveal what they know about Chris. It's an extremely confusing, emotional moment for Piper, and one for the audience as well.
Is this a bad time?
Number 10. Piper's stint in a mental health institute.
What the hell is going on?
It's all right. You're at the sanitarium. You're home.
Being a witch is not all fun and games. Desperate to get rid of the charmed ones, the Source kidnaps Piper and tricks the witch into believing that the manor is actually a mental health facility, and magic is nothing more than a delusion.
Let me out of these restraints, I'll show you some reality.
Brain Drain has a couple of funny moments, but Holly Marie Combs absolutely sells Piper's anguish, as the sister's spirit is gradually broken.
Leo! Leo! Would you stop with the Leo? Leo, you're driving me crazier than I already am.
Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Normal Again, it's always captivating when fantastical shows challenge the psyche of their heroes by suddenly dumping them into another world.
Piper, this delusion that you somehow have magical powers is gonna get you killed someday.
Shove it. Where are my sisters?
Number 9. Piper and Leo's wedding. Weddings are never simple, but bikers and astral projection are just adding fuel to the fire. As Charmed's main lovebirds, Leo and Piper were made for each other, and their relationship faced a fair amount of ups and downs. But it would not be a Hallowell ceremony without a couple of mishaps.
Prue! What the hell is going on? Prue, get your astral ass back here!
The couple exchange vows, and prove that a white lighter and a witch can make it work.
Leo, I was born to love you. And I always will.
While hardly the only married couple in this series, Piper and Leo's wedding was the one that really stood out.
Kiss her, fast.
Number 8. The Witch Trials. With great magic comes great responsibility, and the Book of Shadows wholeheartedly recommends adhering to this rule. Be it Piper's ability to freeze time, or Phoebe's premonitions, the Hallowells could easily abuse their powers, and the Season 2 episode, Morality Bites, shows the consequences of such greed.
At least I'm paying for my crime. There'll come a day when you have to pay for yours too.
Jumping forward 10 years, Phoebe is said to be burned at the stake for murder, an act that made public the existence of witches.
He was evil. He deserved what...
Wrong thing done for the right reason, still the wrong thing.
Besides being a great episode, Charmed had the guts to genuinely burn Phoebe alive, confirming that there's no coming back from certain mistakes. Number 7. Phoebe, the queen of all evil.
Almost doesn't work for me.
Whether under the influence of magic or not, the lovable sisters are no strangers to sudden heel turns. Stuck in a will they won't they, with the occasional good but usually evil Cole, Phoebe temporarily ditches the Hallowell Manor for the Underworld's throne.
Phoebe, what's going on?
I'm embracing my new destiny.
Unsurprisingly, Alyssa Milano makes being the queen of all evil look great, while this union marked the logical end to Cole and Phoebe's romantic relationship.
Are you sure about this? You're giving up your life.
My life is with you and our baby.
Following 2 episodes of Milano ordering demons around and struggling to completely cut ties with Piper and Paige, the evil queen reveals that there was still some good left in her soul, and turns on Cole.
I'm sorry too.
Number 6. Vanquishing the Source.
Oh my god!
Not quite.
If the Charmed Ones serve as the most powerful force for good, the Source represents the exact opposite. Ever since the Hallowell sisters activated the power of 3, the source of all evil sought to kill the heroes by employing a wide array of vicious demons.
Seems almost anticlimactic after all this time, doesn't it?
Causing the witches nothing but heartache and pain, the source's eventual defeat remains one of Charmed's most satisfying scenes. Aided by Cole, the sisters managed to cast the spell and vanquish the source. Admittedly, this victory was slightly undercut by Cole becoming the new source, but the win still counts.
And you're also my hero.
Oh, I'm nobody's hero.
Number 5. Cole's death.
What happened to us, Phoebe? How'd we get here? We used to be so in love.
While Cole's first death didn't stick, the second one was for keeps. Well, kind of. As a final-ditch effort to get back with Phoebe, the desperate Cole creates an alternate reality where Paige died prior to meeting Phoebe and Piper, so the power of 3 ended with Prue's demise.
The power of 3. That's us. Potion!
Unfortunately for Balthazor, things do not go as planned, as the now vulnerable demon learns that this version of Phoebe cares little about Cole.
We've been through so much together, haven't we? Our love's so strong, nothing can destroy it, not even this.
Proving their relationship was doomed from the start, Cole is finally vanquished by the sisters. Phoebe and Cole's romance was exciting, but heartbreak seemed inevitable.
We're meant to be together.
I don't think so.
Number 4. Paige, the Charmed One.
And you are?
Paige. My name is Paige.
Another P, imagine that.
With Shannon Doherty and, by extension, Prue leaving the series after season 3, Charmed needed to conjure up a new sibling. The daughter of a witch and a white lighter, Rose McGowan's Paige was the half-sister that the Hallowells never knew existed.
You guys turned me into.
Prior to joining the team for good, the Source attempted to lure Paige to the dark side, but the young witch saw through the villain's plans and officially reignited the power of 3.
Use your power for your own desires, to seek your own revenge.
While nobody could replace Prue, Paige was a fantastic addition in her own right. Number 3. The Charmed Ones. Starting out with a bang, Something Wicca This Way Comes was the WB Network's highest-rated pilot episode at the time.
Book of Shadows.
Coming together at the Hallowell Manor, 3 estranged sisters find a book of spells that unlocks Prue, Piper, and Phoebe's hidden powers.
We want the power. Give us the power.
Packed with humor and little moments of magic, the pilot episode's greatest moment happens towards the end, when the trio join forces to recite the Power of 3 spell.
The power of 3 will set us free. The power of 3 will set us free. The power of 3 will set us free. The power of 3 will set us free.
Fun and action-packed, Charmed could not have gotten off to a better start.
The power of 3.
Number 2. Prues Death.
Time is up.
Oh, this entry is going to reopen some old wounds. Following 3 seasons of adventures and a number of close calls, the Hallowell Manor suffered its first major loss, as the oldest sibling sacrifices herself to save Piper's life.
Don't worry, he's gonna fix it. I promise you're gonna be fine.
Stuck in a deadly time loop with one of the Source's assassins, Prue and Piper end up suffering fatal wounds, with Leo only managing to save the younger sister.
Why didn't you save her?
I tried.
It takes until the next season for the loss to truly sink in, but Prue's funeral is absolutely devastating. Even in passing, the lovable witch went out protecting her family.
Why did they put us through so much for it to end this way?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Forever Charmed.
Did we miss anything?
No. Well, we changed the past to fix the future and save the present. That's all.
This is arguably one of the most emotional series finales of all time. After defeating the last big bad in Christie, Forever Charmed shifts focus to the sisters writing new entries in the Book of Shadows, while intercutting in pivotal moments from the trio's future.
I was suddenly so blessed to have a new family of my own, and old friends to share it with.
Be it Phoebe's wedding or Paige training the next generation of Whitelighters, Forever Charmed afforded the characters and fans some much-needed closure.
So that Paige could pass on all that she'd learned, not just to her own children, or to mine, or to Phoebe's, but to other future witches and Whitelighters as well.
Jumping forward to 2050, the final sequence is an incredible tearjerker, as an elderly Piper and Leo walk past pictures of the family while heading upstairs. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.